Hey, what's up, guys? Dragon back again with another edition of the Kaiju Commentary. And this one we're watching 1971's Gamera versus Zigra. So, as always, when you see the Dai logo appear on your screen, that is your cue to start listening to us. So, we'll kick things off in 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Kaiju Commentary. Today we are watching 1971's Gamera versus Zigra.
Gamera versus Zigra.
This will be the last kind of fully, I know, right? I kind of love the moon bases, man. Where's Chris when we need it? But yeah, this will be like the last, I guess, quote unquote, original Gamera movie, the Showa era. There is one more after this that is comprised, all the Gamera scenes are comprised mostly of stock footage, whereas the human story is new. So it's kind of a, that's why I say this is the last kind of original one where it's a, for the most part, everything is original. Everything is shot new. It's pretty sad moon base after seeing the one from X. That groovy hopping. Well, that was the '60s. We're in the '70s now, so I guess it's a little less sexy.
A little less colorful.
But yes, by this point in time, Dai was in some financial straits. This is why this would be the kind of
Bye Moonbase.
I know, right? Last Gamera movie for a few years.
It looks like a bowl of Fruit Loops. It's a Fruit Loop bowl. Spaceship.
It kind of is actually, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, what just happened?
It transported it to a better movie, maybe.
Fuck this Moonbase. It's not sexy. We gotta get rid of it all.
Yep.
Seriously, it's evil Fruit Loops with spikes.
Or it has like a weird, like, multicolored brain.
True.
Like its brain's in Technicolor.
Oh no.
Oh. Just in case you were worried that we wouldn't hear the Gamera song again, boys and girls. It's a nice fish angled lens they're using right here. Yeah.
It sounds different though. It sounds like they almost re-recorded it with slightly older children.
Yeah, I was gonna say the voices are a bit deeper, but then again, like I said, even the past movie, you saw
they just like pitched it up or something, or down. I guess we down.
Yeah. Well, again, the last movie, the kids were a little bit older.
Yeah.
So it seems like Dai kind of shifted a little bit from like the really, really young kids to the kind of more tween age. Which again, like, and I think a big part of that was, again, like I said, All Monsters Attack. Toho made the ultimate kiddie kaiju movie. So you really couldn't go any further than that. So when they did Gamera versus Geiger,
Japanese Sea World, let's go.
They look so excited to be going. Yatta! But yeah, so I think that's why Dai kind of pulled back a little bit and gave one with some older kids. So big surprise, the Gamera song now is reflected by slightly older children. Not that it makes, the movie any better. But I'm just...
Why was that funny? My girls are tomboys! That's not funny.
Because boys don't like Tom. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, we're going to go. Older kids. Ready for kindergarten? Damn it. See, this film is international because she can speak phonetic English for like 5 seconds.
Is that their bathroom? Is there a reason there's no, door? The dolphin does it better. That's a fucking orca! I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not, but...
You're really excited about it.
Jumbo and Chappie. Adorbs.
Those whales are probably so abused.
Why can't they be the stars of the movie?
I know.
What the fuck, kid? Like, you're not even trying.
She's like, why are you such an idiot?
I want them if they are. Oh, yep, that's a great idea.
You do know they're called killer whales, right?
Yeah.
Little trivia for you: killer whales, orcas, were the only species of whales that were never listed to be endangered because they were never hunted for blubber because they were just weren't big enough.
Yeah.
So there you go. Also, they are the fastest species of dolphins. The more you know. I think with the first time we watched this film, we had stop fucking
no.
like making out with the
Ew.
goddamn whales.
Oh,
like every time we
gosh.
look at it, he's like, yeah,
It's like,
that's it.
That's what
That's
I like
it.
to see.
More tongue.
I can't wait to film.
Yeah,
What?
why?
Did they just hit them on the stomachs?
Yeah, now we're just watching weird like
Fetish.
fetish whale porn where they're just making out and like spanking them.
Whales like you.
This movie got fucking weird. Remember when I said these movies were meant for kids? All children have to grow up sometime.
Oh God.
And now we're back to some young kids. So, the girl on the left, the taller one.
In the yellow.
Yeah, the one who looks like she wasn't just born. She's half Japanese, right? I wasn't sure. Is she half or is she meant to look half? Because obviously she's got lighter.
Oh.
We all think how cute this is, but these poor animals are probably beaten and abused with.
I don't think they're beaten and abused. It's just I hope they have good enclosures.
I mean, this is the 70s, so I don't,
Oh, he's got a little helmet on.
They do this so they can eat.
Oh. Oh no, the only lady. She's got it rough. They'll dive in after her. Escape!
There you go. It's like all the production, the budget for this film all went into
SeaWorld?
Yeah, basically just all the animal stuff. It's like the sad thing is this is going to be way more interesting than any of the kaiju stuff.
I was gonna say so far. Oh God, yikes! Why? Why is it? Why is he so dark? I guess that's not a bottlenose dolphin. Unless that's supposed to be a sickness of some sort.
I know there are certain dolphins that have different colorations.
Well, yeah, but that one's like jet black.
I know.
It's like an onyx dolphin.
Yeah, the fact her name is Helen. Again, I can't tell if she is. Because one of these things the Gamera movies have been trying to do during the show era is that they've kind of been pushing kind of a bit more of an international feel. I don't know if that was Daiei's kind of purposely trying to, maybe get something a little bit one up on the Godzilla movies, or like we're more international, we appeal to more of a wider market. Because again, they do have white kids speaking Japanese, so.
Yeah.
A bit of a Godzilla versus Hedorah vibe here, which is kind of ironic because that'll be the next film we do.
Jesus.
Yeah, it seems like during this time period, a lot of these movies are going for the more environmental feel. Again, these films kind of
natural disasters.
Yeah, I mean these films kind of seem to follow trends a little bit throughout the different kind of decades they went through. So, kind of this early '70s, you saw a lot more of these kinds of stories.
Let's just leave our stuff here.
I know. Japan is a very honest country.
Oh, okay. I thought they're actually going somewhere.
But I always kind of wonder too. I mean, obviously, I know I don't want to say it's corporate espionage. That's pushing it way too far. But I'm kind of wondering too if like Daiei was maybe kind of have their ear to the ground, so to speak, and kind of listening to what Toho was doing. You little rascals.
I like how they're not even worried. They're just like, yeah, I ate all your food and now my stomach hurts. Help me.
They take them out to sea, tie bricks to their legs, and just throw them overboard.
Oh my God.
Teach you for eating my sandwich. Hey, look at that.
It's a bowl of Fruit Loops. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
I don't-
clearly
yeah.
a fucking meteor.
Yes,
Jesus
because that's how
Christ.
meteors work.
That's clearly a satellite too. Just
They land, so...
so delicately
I know.
into the water.
Oh, excuse me, I need to go ahead and crash into this planet first. 'Cause...
It didn't dive into the sea. It gracefully, descended into the
It
sea.
went into the water the way you kind of step into a cold pool when you
Yeah.
first get there. Just kind of slowly, you gotta adjust to the water.
Yeah, let's go. Clearly, leave the children here.
Yeah, I'm a marine life
You're like
researcher son, which
maybe
means
6 and 7.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why would you bring them?
to chum the waters.
Jesus Christ.
Sharks gotta eat, right?
Hey, they got a big old bowl of Fruit Loops to eat.
It looks like a bunch of M&Ms or Skittles. No, M&Ms glued together.
It'd definitely be Skittles because there's purple ones.
Yeah, but that's brown.
That's purple.
That's brown.
That's brownish purple.
You're colorblind.
That might be true. I don't know. Maybe you're the one that's... Look at why is she so happy?
I'm going on an adventure. They're about the size of halflings, right?
Hobbitses.
See, is she half too? I think she is.
She might be.
Not that it matters. I'm not trying to be horribly racist here. Wait a minute, are these children only half?
Jesus.
Yeah, I wouldn't like them either for the ones in these movies. She's like, oh, fuck, I'm in a Gamera movie? God damn it.
Why is his tongue the same color as the rest of him?
I don't know, he's got a black tongue, maybe. Some animals have black
I
tongues.
know, but he didn't
Giraffes
used to.
have black tongues.
He didn't used to have a tongue like that.
Well,
Maybe you've been kissing orcas too. Caught some sort of disease.
yes,
Whoa!
whoa.
See, it spreads them out.
Oh my god!
It's like, no, my children friends.
Oh no! The camera suit just gets progressively cheaper.
Hey, look at the head up there.
That looks really cool, though.
Yeah, it's like moving its eyes around and crap.
So once again, we have a ship with aliens.
With some random minimalistic interior decorating.
All these ships now, it's fun. All these ships in these Gamera movies kind of make me feel like the inside of the TARDIS. It's the same general shape and size. It's just the inside gets like a
Fresh
makeover,
coat.
basically.
Gonna say, who's the lady?
Yes, these children are clearly wrong. This is a space woman. You watch too much TV. You've only saw a spaceship crash in the ocean and then get beamed aboard it. I like that. Ridiculous. I've never heard of it. Because you would, right? Oh, shit. That would be, it's like...
Shut up, old timer. This is why the children are the stars.
I know, right? Well, the sad thing is, yes, the children are going to be the only ones spouting any kind of useful expository dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Usually we don't even get the adults. Usually the children are somehow
I know.
separated. They go on their own. This black board that I have that I poked holes in it so the light can shine through.
Clearly. Hey, at least it's not like, frickin', what was it, Young Gary with the really badly painted night sky?
I think it was so more aesthetically pleasing. At least someone tried in that one.
That's a stretch.
They hired an artist. They just get a black map board and throw darts at it.
It's quite a look.
That is a good look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. I've just remembered something about this movie now. I didn't entirely hate it because now the alien is her. And I don't care what you say, that is a fetish outfit if I ever saw it. I
guess it depends on the person.
I would pay top dollar for that. I would pay top dollar for have her strap me to a chair, wear that and tell me her evil plans to conquer the world.
This is a children's movie.
And then I would ask her to tell me again, but slower.
Jesus. Look at that. So sassy.
I know, look at her. She's like... She's got a permanent bitch please look on her face.
She suffers from CRBF, as I do. Chronic resting bitch face.
Yeah, but she's way more sassy.
Well, you know what? We can't all be sassy.
Like, she's a badass bitch, but she loves it kind of look to her.
It's an interesting way to close the door.
I don't know about you, that's how I close doors around here.
You just wave over it.
Yeah.
It's like a motion sensor, but it doesn't register all the movement, just the first one.
Never heard of it.
Ridiculous. Can't be real.
Okay, I love they live in a world of Gamera, and I'm assuming all those other movies that came before are in canon with this one. So it means we've seen aliens before. So when this one shows up, it's like, no, bullshit. I refuse to believe it.
How does that show scientific power by causing earthquakes?
Well, I mean, I guess the fact you can control natural disasters is...
Well, I guess, but still, it's like...
How about you just, like, cure cancer or something?
That little girl's skirt is way too fucking short. I didn't even see that before. Holy shit. That outfit is like 3 years too... She's 3 years too old for it. I'm very uncomfortable by this.
Seriously, whenever they do things like this, where it's like, oh, we're going to show you the how advanced we are by doing something so over the top. You do realize there are such simple things now that we cannot do that visually aren't impressive, but like we just literally cure the common cold. The common cold. We do not have a cure for cold. But that's the thing. We'll probably have a cure for cancer before we have a cure for the cold. They've actually have drugs that they're researching and testing right now that have shown signs of reducing and actually curing cancer in certain like test patients. We still can't cure the fucking cold. If she came down right now and be like, yo, check this out. The cold virus, done, gone. That in itself would be amazing.
She's like, watch me, watch me. I'll make it happen. Good thing we're safe up on this spacecraft. Our power, you're one person. Or are you?
Someone tells me she's had more than one person within her at once before.
Oh, gross. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like... God.
Yeah, that's not what I was talking about either. Totally wasn't talking about that.
Gross.
Gross. See, again, you can already tell a bit of well, you can probably tell a lot of diminished budget, but again, the fact that the destruction of Tokyo was, reduced to like, here's a few
one shot.
Tight shots of, like small set pieces as opposed to like, wouldn't that be a great big sequence in the movie, seeing the city collapsing and all these models?
Listen, let's not be crazy.
What do you think we did? Spent money to make this movie? Come on. But again, I do know that Dai was kind of struggling financially at this point. Like, I think, one of the reasons why Gamera Super Monster, which came out in 1980, was pretty much all stock footage. It was kind of like them hopefully trying to scrounge together some cash as a last-ditch effort. But, in terms of, like, really continuity, this is meant to be, like, really the last Gamera movie of the show era. And, they try to give it one more go, but ultimately, the movie couldn't pull them out of the fire. And by this point in time, kaiju films were on the decline. They were less being made at the same time. Box office returns were starting to go down. The Godzilla franchise would go on for a bit longer, but ultimately end in 1975 with the Terror of Mechagodzilla. So, there was a lot working against Dai. They were constantly in the shadow of their competitor, who was bigger.
How would he know that? He doesn't even know who they are. Oh
Ooh.
man, she's got sparkly eyes.
She's like, I'll put a spell on you.
Good thing that we didn't say anything sooner, or else the adults would still be here.
And then, so see how this is right now. What's happening here? This is pretty much gonna be the whole. Again, it's so strange. We've bounced back to the little kids again. Like the last film, the reason why I feel Jiger was probably the most watchable out of all the Gamera films after Gamera versus Barugan was because we follow a older group of protagonists as opposed to like these super. Actually, these might be the youngest kids ever. Actually, yeah, so far, yeah. Yeah, these are like the youngest kids. Now that I'm thinking about it, so it's just weird. Like,
What kind of boat is that? It's not even like. It looks like a canvas boat or plastic.
well, it's a little motorboat. Nothing really. Again, we went from two films with adults, then we had kids, then we had older kids, then we had I know it's just strange that. But also, the adults do hang around more in this film, even though these are our antagonists, or excuse me, protagonists. Um, the adults are incorporated more throughout the film, and I think that's because these kids are so young that even though they are marketing these movies to children, these kids are a little too young to be able to carry the movie just by themselves, which then begs the question of why did you make them so young? But whatever.
Put your back into it, child. And then she just got sliced in half. What the fuck?
Why does Zigra sound like Bane?
Oh my god.
Sounds like Bane if he was like really stoned. Find and kill them. Yes, do that. Do that, please.
I think it's quicker just to murder the entire country.
Well, she's not wrong. It's like, hey, we need to kill two people. I got a great idea. How about I wipe out everyone on the landmass they're on? Ooh.
Fish market. Oh my god, that voice.
Seriously, he sounds like a robot who's just on the verge of shutting down.
I know.
Freshest seafood in the world. We almost went there when we were there last time. We just didn't get around to going. But I know, like, if you go like right across the street from the fish market, there's like sushi restaurants, and they're literally the freshest sushi you can get in the entire world. It's right there.
Oh yeah.
And as I say it out loud now, I kind of wonder why did we go? Why did we go?
It was pretty far away.
Yeah, but
It was just hard to get.
it was a lot closer than it is to us now. It was really far away.
Listen.
Yeah, as opposed to the other side of the planet like it is for us right now.
Listen. Wow, apparently this also has a sail? Where did that come from?
Maybe they use the power of their dreams.
So they can't run the motor, but they're gonna fucking sail the ship somehow?
Well, I mean, they're not too far from land, I would imagine. Oh, look.
Is that the evil Fruit Loop bowl? Oh. Murder!
Kind of funny you see this shot and you first thought, oh, it's like Jaws. But Jaws wouldn't be around for like another, I think, like, what, 4 years? It was like 75. Jaws came out.
Oh, that composite.
Well,
Yeah, her acting's a little stiff here.
Oh.
This child clearly is not.
Yeah, she's clearly at least half Western.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, where the hell is Gamera? Did he just be like, oh, guess they're gone. Time to go on with my day. And he just left?
Oh, you just had to ask, didn't
Oh,
you?
okay. He just had to have a late entrance.
Kind of wonder, what is Gamer just doing in this world now? Like, he just kind of just shows up randomly.
Now his tongue was red. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? And now
Maybe
I
he was
bet
eating
you.
like black licorice or something before.
Maybe.
Oh, that's black again.
Yeah. Eating shit? You eating shit, Gamera? Is that what you do in your daytime? Look at your teeth. They got some brown on them.
The budget of this movie, that's probably what how they pay him here.
Jesus.
You hungry? Eat shit. It's just so stupid.
Oh, and the song. Gamera.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, no.
Crush him, Gamera. Crush him now.
Oh, God.
To be fair, that wasn't done horribly.
Yeah.
See, I guess my biggest issue with these...
How was he holding them?
Like that, I guess?
Jesus Christ.
I guess my thing too with the Gamera movie, and again, I know they're not putting nearly as much thought to these because, again, they're thinking little kids, so why bother? But I guess because for me, he's kind of just a big attack dog in these movies. Like, the movies aren't really about him, which, granted, I like that they kind of, I guess, create backstories for all these villains, but, you know, I'm kind of like, well, Gamera's just there, but it's almost like we're not going to really explore more about Gamera, what he is, where he's from, like, what... It's just up. There's an alien invading or attacking. Quick, Gamera just shows up. At the very least, if they could maybe summon Gamera or...
Groovy. I love Gamera. Wow.
That giant arm of his, like that.
Yeah. The arm looks way too long.
Looks like you could just clothesline somebody.
Let's leave him here. It'll be fine.
Let's run off together.
Jesus. That's just weird.
God, you know how hot it would be if you were standing that close to
know.
those jets going off?
I was thinking that too when he was flying overhead him earlier.
Well, there's a great scene in Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris, or Iris. I think it's Iris. Irisu, as I say in the movie. Where, like, he, like, shoots off. When he lands close, you see everything around on the beneath him getting burnt up.
Yeah.
Because just being in the proximity of that would just be, like...
whose leg is that?
Captain Morgan.
Oh. Is that old Greg?
Well, this is a great values Gandalf, I guess.
What the fuck is this child talking about?
So, is this like... Okay, so he's Gandalf. I guess it's just like, what, the halflings? Like, how does this work?
Just say hobbits. When you say halflings.
That's what they're called, though, right?
Well, that's what they call them.
Is that like is that like a derogatory term? Am I gonna get a bunch of shit on Tumblr for this? Like, wow, Dragon's really racist, using such an outdated,
So wait, are they in the past or the future? Like, I just...
No, he just said, yeah, it's the year 1971, so they're... Yeah, the crazy old guy with a fucking stick just told the kids to, like, hey, stop dreaming and...
Okay.
So, I love how they were just in an alien spaceship. They busted out. Gamera, like, flew them down to the ground. And now they're just here with this old guy. Like, can we maybe just focus on all the crazy fucking shit that just happened? Like, normally this guy here would be the weirdest thing to happen to us today. But because technically we were abducted by aliens and saved by a giant flying turtle, I don't think he stacks up that high. Yeah. Like, I don't think he ranks that high of importance. Like, if he would have came by, like, any other day... This would be a great story. starts handing out slaps. Just starts smacking people. Like, get the fuck out of my face. I love that they have them like in a big room. Like they would have these guys in some little tiny room, like questioning them.
It was cliche.
These kids are fucking dicks. Pulls out his gun, puts it there. Say that shit one more time. Well, considering how she was Japanese, it seems to follow.
A woman? This can't be.
I don't know. She's pretty hot, sweetheart. Are you guys really arguing about who has the hottest mom?
Yes, they were. He's like, I'd fuck both of your moms, but let's get back to the issue here.
Why does the little sister just look dead in the eyes?
I don't know. Ew.
Yeah, bro. Like, tell us. What's your sign?
Don't be such a little shit.
So the men recover. Is that like... Oh, them. At first I thought they meant like their the self-defense were like, oh, how many dudes did you have? Like, what happened to them?
Really? You're just gonna leave his feet hanging out? Oh, I guess he doesn't have a blanket on him. That's rude. What if he gets cold?
Yeah, it is kind of interesting that they use, like, children who I'm guessing are half Japanese, half, I don't know, American, or, half Caucasian. Because I know that, to break into, like, the Japanese film market, it's actually very difficult. It's so funny, being Americans, we see a lot of times, actors from abroad,
Why is the trainer of the orcas here, by the way, or whoever this guy is on the right?
Why? Because why not?
The orca fetish.
He's got nothing better to do, right?
It's like, maybe I can use these hypnotized men to do things with the orcas. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, I was saying, so, for other countries, it's harder for, like, Westerners to break into the,
Well, I'm sure these are people that were probably born there.
Oh, I agree, but I'm just saying, too, like, for instance, I know, like,
Well, and it's like you said, I think at this time they probably were trying to actively kind of...
have an international feel, so...
Yeah.
They were looking for, I mean, that's probably the casting call. They were looking for actors who could, were a mix. Finally, we have a... It's kind of cool to see they're actually using real footage of, like, the self-defense force.
That's where the budget went.
Actually, I don't think this is Japan, actually. Looks like California.
Fruit Loops. Actually, no, I've been wrong this whole time. They be Fruity Pebbles, not Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops are, like, loops. Fruity Pebbles are the
Oh,
ones.
yeah!
Yeah. How dare you not catch me?
Hey, I don't eat cereal, so...
Yeah, I don't eat cereal either.
And when I did, I wasn't even allowed to eat, like, sugary cereal growing up.
Sugar cereal's just not great.
I've never eaten Captain Crunch in my life, you can believe it.
Captain Crunch is okay, but that's, like, one of the few I actually liked. But it's like,
Yeah, this is in Japan. They just show that skyline. Again, I know this is just military stock footage, but it's kind of like, it helps up the production value of the movie, considering how it's so cheap. But at the same time, though, when you cut from that to, like, this, it's like, oh. No. Oh.
Wow, that's one way to do it. I was gonna say these are.
Yeah, those are models.
Yeah. Jesus, why are they going in all different directions?
Again, kids movie, yet you're seeing the aliens actively kill people. That's the irony.
Yeah.
Why should that have been your first go-to move?
I don't know. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. If she could just like teleport there, why didn't she do that sooner?
And kill them. She's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
She's very tall. I've noticed that too. Like, I mean, I think she's got heels on, but how the fuck is she gripping that rock?
I don't know.
She's like molesting geology. It's like, hey there, oh hey.
Now I've got my sex slaves.
I know, right? Should be like choose your own adventure kind of movie where it's like you can keep it as the kid friendly movie or from here on out.
Jesus Christ. No one would choose the kids' movie.
Not even the young kids. They'd be like. So if her outfit was
she stole the bathing suit.
yeah, so follow me. So she was
stripped them
wearing
naked.
so she's a tall, beautiful, statuesque Japanese woman wearing a weird fetish outfit, and then she comes across three cute girls and wearing bikinis, and what does she do? She renders them unconscious and strips them.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, this might be the greatest kaiju movie ever.
You're just not seeing any of the good
I know.
scenes.
I hope there's a director's cut of this somewhere. So we can watch people like molest marine life, but we can't watch her change into her bikini. This is the priorities are a little skewed here for me. Let's watch a guy like French a killer whale, but
Gross.
I know, but it is kind of funny though. They're showing how she's getting into a disguise, not knowing better. She changes to a bikini. It's like the first I guess Earth clothing she comes across.
Just like, why does it have to be those fish guys? There's like two of them at least. Take one each and fuck off. I don't care about this argument.
I would just take it.
I know. I would just take it and walk away. Did you go into a bowling alley? I saw a bowling pin at the top.
What?
There was a bowling pin at the top of that spiral staircase. I'm just baffled. Why do we care about this argument?
Because it's still more interesting than the actual plot of this movie. I'm hoping it never ends. Oh! He just smacked.
He runs over his foot. Oh boy, sexy lady.
Why's she zig-hying for?
Jesus.
That is a really skimpy outfit. Bikini.
Yeah, I was thinking that I feel like...
I mean, she is practically falling out of that thing.
Yeah, I feel like for Japan in the 70s, that's pretty skimpy.
Well, that's the thing. This is kind of during, the sexual revolution and all that, where, because if you look not too long before that, you look at, quote-unquote women in sexy bikinis, they were still, big onesies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they were nice, they were form-fitting, they kind of showed off the general figure of the girl, but in terms of, bare skin, you didn't see a whole lot.
Well, I guess it's one thing when you're actually on the beach, but because she's no longer on the beach, wouldn't that just seem weirdly out of place?
Well, I think that's the point. She's trying to, quote-unquote, blend in, but she doesn't, know. So again, the first humans she came across were three girls in bikinis at a beach. But
I guess, yeah.
they're at the beach. That's why they were wearing that. So to her, but she doesn't know that. She's like, oh, these are Earth clothes. I'll just wear Earth clothes. I think she's starting to finally figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, huh? So not good? No, no, sweetie, it's good. Keep it going. But I'm just saying, the bikini they chose is very kind of revealing, and the fact that it's a kids movie, she's chasing around kids, and she's pretty much naked. Which, I mean, if I was a kid that that age now, I'd like it. But I'm just saying, I was like
Show us the scene.
a little boy, and I saw a beautiful woman in a bikini chasing
Thank
after me.
God the shoes and everything all fit. Otherwise, my plan would have been ruined.
And again, she's more covered, but she's still wearing like a mini skirt. All I'm saying is that if it was me, she wouldn't have to look for me, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, look, I tripped and fell here. Guess I'm just going to hang out here for as long as it takes.
Okay.
So here's my thing. She's going to find the two kids and kill them, but she's only going to subdue all these other people along the way.
I know.
She's got like an intense stare, too.
Yeah.
How easy it is to, crash just high profile military strategy meeting. Let's close the door, guys. Come on.
I know.
Again, this honor system thing is really kind of over the top. Oh!
Jesus.
You get what you mouth off in the self-defense force, god damn it. You just lead him around. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. No. But just in case, maybe we should close the door.
Hey, look, the same scene as before.
Tokyo's in a sea of flames. Shouldn't we maybe see that? Like, wouldn't it have been kind of cool to watch that happen? I'm just saying. In a kaiju movie where, like, a kaiju is destroying cities, maybe it would be fun to watch. Nope. Let's hang out with the kids. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna kill you both with murder. So they have all this advanced technology where they can like create earthquakes and destroy cities, but they couldn't figure out a better way to find these two kids by just saying her. Oh.
Yes, the teddy bears will clearly...
I guess you have to pick it up and move it.
No, wait. Clearly they will listen. Wow, you're terrible at this job, lady.
Again, here's my thing. The kids, oh no, we need to kill those kids. Well, the building they're in, why not just send an earthquake and just destroy the entire... you literally just destroyed Tokyo. You described...
because they don't have the budget for that, okay?
I guess... Tokyo is now described as like a sea of flames. Hell, even if like the general, like, 20-mile square radius or whatever of where they're at, you could, like, literally just destroy it all. Have the power to destroy nations.
I just saw her panties a little.
But this has been reduced to, like, a Bugs Bunny Elmer Fudd, like...
I know.
Seriously. She would have caught me by now.
And then I tripped. What the fuck? It's either like that or it's kind of like Scooby-Doo and they just kept running through the doors.
The irony is, this is all kind of amusing too. Like, it's one of those things where it's like...
It is, as long as it doesn't drag on too long.
I mean, this is the least amount Gamera's had of screen time in a while, too. Because think of it, we actually haven't even seen a quote-unquote Gamera suit yet. It's all been just kind of the flying puppet.
Yeah. What the hell are you trying to do, lady? Like, wouldn't it be funny if she hypnotized herself? I was outsmarted by children.
Again, it's just
There's
such
benches right there, and they sit on the
I
nasty
know,
ground.
right? Why? You seem to have a good handle on it. As long as you move at a brisk pace, the aliens will never catch you. Help you with what? You're fine. You got away.
I like how she just picked a wedgie, and they just left that shot. Like, really, guys? I know they're kids, but still, like, you want kids picking wedgies in your movie?
Again, I think at this point, Dai was just kind of
They're like, we have one shot, that's all we can afford, so...
Well, honestly, think about it. I mean, the more takes you do, the more film you use, the more you have to cut and edit. And back then, this is when you would edit a film, you literally had to actually physically cut film. Now everything is done digitally. You can, remove things, cut digitally. No, back then, you actually take the rolls of film and take, like, I think they would use, razor blades?
I don't know,
and they would make, like, thin cuts. Like, you literally have to cut film, so the more film you shot, the more physical film you had. Here we go. This is our first actual Gamera suit.
And how late into the movie is this? Jesus.
Like I said, I think Dai was hoping for maybe a miracle when they made this movie, but I think they knew that this is probably going to be their last Gamera movie. I mean, yes, we had Super Monster in the 80s, but again, so much of that is just... Or all of it's pretty much just stock footage.
Oh, my fruity pebbles.
But yeah,
maybe this is just one big cereal commercial for Gamera and Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, I don't know. I think at this point they were just like, let's just film it, let's get it in the can, and just be done with it. Like, I mean...
Gamera, you're not even trying. You're not even trying.
Using the power of slap hands.
I see, those are definitely like purpley.
I don't like the water effect they do, how they use kind of like the sun rays, how they come through water. It's a different, because usually sometimes they would do shots like this. They would do the thing where they have like the bubble screen in the front.
Yeah. Really, Gamera? You're just gonna beat it.
Ooh. Zigra combating Gamera with the power of pew pew.
It's like, stop that.
One thing I will say about this movie, though, how does the fire work in the water like that?
Magic. It's magic space pew pews.
Yeah, I mean, the fire. Yeah, this is underwater, right?
Oh. Oh no.
I don't. How's there smoke underwater?
You know what? It's just... okay.
There we go.
So, that's a thing that just happened.
I'm pretty sure he's probably based off this, but if not, I don't know. But he looks like a goblin shark, which is a very rare species of shark, but if you ever see...
I think I've seen them. They're like creepy looking, right?
Yeah, they kind of have this look to them. If you guys look them up on just look up Google it, and look up a goblin shark and see what it actually looks like. And it very much...
It's almost like they have weird faces.
Yeah, well, it kind of has this kind of look to it. So, I don't know, it's kind of cool that Zigra is basically just a giant goblin shark, basically.
I realized when I said that, obviously all sharks have faces, but you know what I mean.
Well, yes, most, animal life has a face. Oh, he's getting bigger.
He's like one of those grow sharks. You put the thing in the water and they grow. Gamera, do something! You're right there! Jesus, bud. It's like, I just didn't know what to do.
It is kind of cool to see Gamera, a kaiju fight a fully aquatic one.
Yeah.
Even though he does go on land later on. I do dig his look, though. I mean, again, with a better, more well-made suit, I think would really help. But I do the design aesthetic. I think it's pretty cool.
It's just kind of funny because I'm like, there's some dude just flopping around in there right now.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Jeez.
not a very successful aquatic animal so far.
It's like he was moving around better when he was just a ship.
I know.
Now he's got fins and a tail. He just kind of lies there.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Why are you 69ing, guys? This is a children's movie.
Well, you had a hot alien babe running around in a barely there bikini trying to capture little kids after stripping other girls at the beach, and now you have a giant turtle 69ing a giant alien goblin shark.
Look at him. He's trying to lick him.
This is the point where Daiei just ceased to give all fucks. Like, you know what?
Just take a poop on him, Gamera. Why don't you?
That's kind of a weird thing to say right now, but I like the way this shot is kind of a frame, because it actually gives them a sense of scale.
Gamera, why'd you do that?
See, because these suits are basically just shit. I think it would have been better, like with shots like this where it's the camera's on the ground filming up. It kind of gives them a much better like feeling of scale, like size, which kind of helps make up for the fact that the suits are incredibly cheap. I mean, the suits don't look better, but it makes the shot look better because at least it makes them feel larger in the frame. Which, because these suits are so cheaply made, when you do just wide shots, either the camera like eye level with them or above, you lose kind of whatever sense of like.
Oh,
yeah.
Yep,
Then this
they
happened.
just completely, like, he just grew legs out of nowhere. Really, guys? You're not even gonna show that? It's a completely different.
The camera's like, oh my god!
Just why? Why didn't they show him changing?
It's a battle of who can throw their hands up more, like they just don't care.
I know, right? What the fuck are you doing, Gamera? You didn't even try. Also, unless you just swam out a bunch, you wouldn't be this deep.
Are you saying that there are some continuity errors in this movie?
Yes.
Camera's like,
what is he doing?
What happened to me? How did I get here?
How could this happen to me?
See, it is a cool aesthetic. The irony is, when he stands up straight like that, he kind of rides a little bit of Gauss, but he has a lot more flexibility than Gauss.
Wait, so now he's just back, like they're not...
Well, I think they're implying that he doesn't really grow... I don't know.
He was supposed to just be able to stand up straight, apparently,
I
and
don't
have
know.
legs? What the fuck?
I think the answer to your question is that Dai just did not give any fucks at this point. They're like, oh, he stands on 2 legs now. Why? Because fuck it, that's why. Script says so, that's why. Don't think about it.
How is he projecting this?
I don't know. I just don't know. At this point in time, I'm just going with it. So, homegirl there is no longer under his control, from what I'm seeing. Well, at least they kind of explain it. That's kind of nice.
Oh, shouldn't he be happy he's large? So he's mad he's big and he's gonna kill everyone because of that. How are you gonna do that when you're underwater, bud? Your beautiful seas, which made me abnormally large. Well, that's just rude.
I know. I love how this monster's just a dick. I'm gonna kill all of you because you're ugly as fuck. Oh.
I didn't realize that was his foot. I thought it was a weird rock at first. Wow, so conceited.
Well, here's the thing, though. We always kind of look at, like, an alien invasion. Oh, they're ugly, they're hideous, they're monsters. But from their... I do kind of like how, from their perspective, though, well, think about it. The Earth is, like, what, 75% water?
Yeah.
So really, from an outside perspective, if you're an alien race coming to Earth and you look at the planet, you would classify Earth as like an ocean planet because the land makes up so little of it.
Yeah.
So therefore, for you, creatures that are on land would be lesser than, or aquatic ones. And so if you have human beings who essentially kind of rule the world and you know mistreat the natural world as they do, you would look at them like, you guys are unfit. You guys don't deserve this. This planet isn't meant for you. It's meant for things like me. Look at me. I'm perfectly adapted to life in the water. I'm beautiful. You guys walk on land and can't survive in the ocean. Therefore, you're ugly. You're less fit. So I
Yeah.
I don't know if they thought this deeply about it when they came up with the script, but
Probably not.
but I do like the idea, especially saying from an
I brought my
aquatic
chum
alien's
bucket.
perspective. He feels like, you know what, I'm better suited to live here than you are. Like, I have more of a right to this planet than you do, for the simple fact that I can literally inhabit the largest ecosystem on it, and you can't. So that's kind of cool. I do dig that. Unfortunately, it's so, thinly layered in, not dived into whatsoever. No pun intended. And unfortunately, it's in this movie, but it's a cool concept. I do like the idea of that. I would have liked to have seen that perhaps explored a bit more and maybe make that the theme of the movie, or even make that Zigra's primary motivation, being like he observed this planet from afar and saw that the species ruling it basically didn't deserve it. It wasn't just like, oh, I want to take over the world. It's like, I think I can make this world better.
Oh man, that's one of those.
It's a river dolphin.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's one of those river dolphins.
Yeah. I like how like whale guy has been here this entire time just so he can be useful right now.
I know.
It's like, okay, I get it, you're useful now, but why were you there before?
I know. Let's torture them, and that will cure them.
That's science, people.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. Jeez. Ah! So did someone just yell at her in a again, I was trying to even remember the first time I saw this film, and a few other times again. Like I said, folks, I don't watch these too much. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I own them, but they collect dust more than certain other films in my kaiju collection. But yeah, so like, did they show her being broken out of her trance? Because like now she's just okay again, but like before that, she was like chasing around small children. Oh no, wait, that's her there.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I thought the other girl was. Because I know she's broken out of it. Okay, yeah, sorry. It's been a while since I watched this one. I don't think I've watched it since I got the Blu-rays, so it's been like, I don't know, like 5 years. Okay, no, I thought that was the other girl for a second.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty bad, sweetheart.
Panties.
I would writhe in agony too.
Wow, I'm like, really?
That's it, right? That's how we stop the aliens. Just kind of yell like a jackass to a radio. That's it. Aliens beat.
I don't know if I'd want to throw myself down right there. It looks kind of dirty.
Well, I think she collapsed.
Well, I know, but...
Look at those two guys behind her at the raid. They're ready to fuck shit up if she gets all squirrely.
But I thought the Fruity Pebble ship was gone. Oh, that's flashback. Okay.
Yeah, so she was on the moon when Zigra's ship came. So, did they ever find, like, these poor girls on the beach somewhere?
I know.
One of them who was stripped naked, apparently.
Unless she's wearing the outfit now that she had on. Probably.
I don't think she would have been that considerate. Wasn't really picking up that.
I don't know.
I wasn't really picking up that vibe from her.
God, that lady's shirt in the front right there is like bugging my eyes out. Look at that. It's very distracting.
Oh, it has like that kaleidoscope. Oh, it's like, it looks like one of those pictures where you're supposed to stare at it for a long time.
My eye keeps going to it, and it's like, damn, it's
Yeah,
eyes bug out.
You look at it for a long time, and then like the image kind of comes out.
Yeah.
Like it becomes like 3D. Yeah, it does look like one of that.
Yeah, it's very distracting. I can't believe they chose that. She's like, I may be an extra, but I'm gonna be in this fucking shot and be noticeable. Actually, I think that was one of the moms, wasn't it? But still.
Yeah.
Basically an extra. They're not really doing anything in this
Yeah, I know, right? Well, she's like
bathy scaff? What the fuck is that? What's a bathy scaff? A bathy scaff? I don't even know how you say that. Do you see that wink? You children are too young for this shit.
Watching this movie, and I feel like I'm too old for this shit. Poor Gamera, he's always getting like rendered unconscious somehow.
I know.
Basically, he shows up, gets his ass handed to him, and then we have to do something to revive him. If we constantly have to like wake him up or help him,
like,
shouldn't we develop a means of defense?
Is he supposed to be hypnotized? Is that what it is? I wasn't sure what that ray was supposed to have done to him.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really knows. I don't think Ty knows that. Like, yeah, I'll shoot some yellow shit at him, and then he'll fall in the water, and then we'll figure it out later.
You gotta go inside of him again. Oh well.
Yes, let's just do that. It's funny, those little underwater submersibles, they're so tiny, they would not be this big.
I know.
I mean, whatever, not a huge deal, but I'm just saying, like, you see, like, the little, even now, the submersible things are, like, cramped. Yeah, they were really excited about that decision they just made.
I know.
Sonar rays, yeah, fuck yeah, sonar rays!
Wake the fuck up, Gamera.
I still don't know if I want to be that close to him.
How is that happening? Are you
Seriously?
for fucking real?
Okay, here's my thing. Why? Like, it's not...
And how the hell? That place is so small. How would you not know?
How? Again,
like,
it's...
You're the mothers. Why? Didn't you notice your kids were just missing? Oh my god.
Like, this is real cute. It's just... Don't, like...
And then they hit the switchboard and they just die.
See, that's the other problem, too. Again, they have these young kids, and I'm just kind of like...
It's supposed to be cute, but I'm like, no, this is stupid.
Well, I remember being as a kid, too. Like, if I was a little kid, I would not want... I remember being a little kid, and I was thinking to myself, I like watching these movies. I don't want to fucking be there. Like, yeah, I don't know. See, this is dumb. We have to, like... Kid to kids, like, I don't want to have to see, like, babysitting in my fucking kaiju movies. Like,
I know.
It was so nice in the last film when we had older kids that, you know, this is just like... I mean, these are the youngest kids yet, and they're just so fucking irritating. I don't think I like these movies, guys.
Well, there's stuff about it that's okay, but I'm like...
Again, I think in the other Gamera films, if you notice, usually there's like a younger sibling that would get left behind, and they would be about the age of, like, you know...
Yeah.
Of these kids, but they were never really there. They would just pop in and out because, again, these kids are so young that you're basically just watching babies run around. Like they're not old enough to really. I mean, 10 and 11 isn't old to be sure, but it's old enough for okay, they can kind of have some kind of reasonable thought process. These kids are like what, 6, 7 maybe?
I know.
It's too young. They're just too young where they just can't like even in this scene, it's all the adults. They can't even make it so the kids figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
They're too young to. So they're literally just there in the shot. Whereas in the other films, the kids at least kind of like did something. They actually contributed to it. As dumb as it was, like, okay, these kids are literally contributing nothing. They've done nothing this whole movie. Just get chased and run around like in the last film, but because they were like, like 13, maybe, 12, 13, 14, they were, okay, they could actually have some kind of narrative impact. Here, these kids literally are just there. I mean, the irony is we're annoyed because of how they're acting, but realistically speaking, that is how they would act, because as children that age, they are incapable of really being aware, really understanding what's happening, so they can't react and behave in a way that as an audience we can kind of, get behind. It's just so child. Basically, unless you're like 5 or 6, you can't look at this and be like, yes, this is fine. If you're literally even a little bit older than them, this just becomes like, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know why Dai went back and just went the complete opposite direction and went with super young kids. But again, that's the thing. If you get rid of them, this whole scene plays out the exact same way. They literally are completely superfluous to the... But whatever. We all know. I mean, the show Gamera films are, if nothing else, notorious for this kind of film. So I shouldn't complain too much. I knew what we were getting into.
Yeah.
It's like if it's that unbearable, we shouldn't have done it. But whatever, it is what it is. Fortunately, this will be the last Gamera movie like this. Just the ultimate irony: these films are just are like nails down a chalkboard. Yet in the '90s, they are literally like perhaps even some of the '90s trilogy is probably one of the greatest kaiju films, some of the greatest kaiju ever made.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, they're amazing. I actually liked them a lot more than most of the Godzilla films from the '90s too, ironically. And I like Godzilla as a character, but from my opinion, with the exception of really like, I don't know, 84, Biollante, and Destroya, to me those are like kind of the crown jewels of the Heisei era. The rest of them were, kind of a little bit by the number. I mean, they're good movies, but they weren't like really stand outish. But those 3 films, to me, were just like, wow, like groundbreaking. So it's just amazing what a turnaround this character had. You know what I mean? But then again, I think the bar was set so low that.
Why couldn't the movie be about her?
Again, like the older, I kind of wish they were like you have these 2 like kind of older siblings here, and I kind of feel like. And also, too, it would be kind of nice if, like, 2 girls were maybe kind of like,
Don't be ridiculous.
I know, right? Why is he hanging off his back, that monkey?
I don't know.
He's like, to him, what, like, Poir is to Yamcha.
Jesus.
Except Poir can, like, shapeshift and be useful.
Did they just splash the electronics with water?
I know. Oh no, it's Sparky. Quick, throw some water.
What the fuck? We're just trying to, just end it quickly. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Hi guys. Shut up, child.
Then why was it on land?
Yeah.
In broad daylight. Like, harsh light hurts its eyes, except for, the sun. That's okay. goes from all these really weird like sound effects. Whoosh, whoosh, psh, Oh, this movie's fun.
This movie's something.
Yeah. That one girl, like the middle child, she had like the easiest role in the entire. Just stand here all the time and look disinterested. That's it.
The older one right there?
Not the one, the one who the mom is kind of like clinging to. It's like the middle
Yeah, in the
child.
white shirt.
Yeah. I think she's supposed to.
No, that's the other mom right there. That's not an older sister.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other mom. She just looks younger.
I guess.
I think her hairstyle too, obviously.
Yeah, it has that younger kind of okay. But I feel that the daughter is meant to kind of represent we the audience. Just complete like, I don't care, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Is this over yet? Still happening? Still don't care.
How is Zigra even communicating?
Well, I wanted to say it's telepathic, but when he speaks, I guess that thing just above his beak lights up.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So
yeah.
I'm wondering if it's like a sound wave. He's able to kind of produce it, so it is like an audible.
I'm just like, Jesus Christ, how far can that go? 'Cause,
I don't know.
I mean, I guess if it controls people by sonar, it makes sense.
Well, I think maybe that's what it's supposed to be. Like he's kind of projecting the sound, like the voice is being carried on like the sound wave. I think that's the idea behind it, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a. I feel like just doing the whole telepathy thing is maybe a bit redundant. So it's kind of cool. It's cool that they try to figure out a creative way to kind of do
Well,
certain
I guess
things.
what I don't get is like, what's the point of turning off the light and surrendering? You're gonna still die down there. You really think he's gonna save you if you turn off the light? And why is he so fixated on like?
I don't think they
murdering these
gave it
guys?
nearly as much thought as you are, my dear.
Just
I think if they even had given a fraction of the kind of the in-depth thought that you're putting into this film right now, we would have been left with a far more compelling story. I'm pretty sure the dad right there, yeah, the guy in the white shirt, he was the villain in Gamera versus Barugon, the one who like wanted to steal the opal.
Oh, is that?
He had
him?
kind of like that light, like 5 o'clock shadow, short beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Remember when he was in that Better movie that one time?
Can Zigra just go around from the side where there is no light?
You know, if you're gonna actually like put some serious thought into this, then...
Or is it like a deer in the headlights thing where he's like, I'm blind and now I can't move at all?
No, you can do that. Whoa, what are they doing?
Yeah, their hands were both
Watch your hands, buddy.
Crotch almost. That's why? Why?
I'm sorry, guys, if it just seems like we're complaining a lot, and I know we are, but it's you got. I mean, if you're. Oh my gosh, she acted. She came out of her coma. That's amazing. I don't know. It's
His food. I don't know about that.
see. I know. And again, I know Daya was trying to crank one of these out every. Oh, that actually looks pretty cool. I know Daya was actually trying to crank one of these out every year to stay relevant. But I kind of feel that if their budget really was so limited, that they were so stretched so thin for each of these movies. I mean, I know Toho is cranking their Godzilla films out.
Are we gonna have Frank and Gamera?
I know, right? That Daya wanted to kind of match that, but the problem is they just couldn't match the budgets of Godzilla. So I think maybe Daya should have adopted a. Okay, well, apparently the storm is over. I think Daya should have adopted a different formula and then maybe build up the budget and spent on making like a few Gamera movies, but make them really, really good. Basically take the budget of like 3 of them and make one really good one.
Yeah.
Then give it a few years, save up some more money, and then do another really good one.
You're being ridiculous again.
Well, again, look at the 90s. Godzilla had like 6 or 7, about 7 films, I would say. I think it was
I don't know, but he was paying
84,
attention.
Violante. Yeah, it's like 6 or 7. But I'm gonna look it up right now because it's gonna
They all
bother me.
suffocated to death, guys. Come on.
Sure, he's fine. Sorry, I'm gonna look up the number because now it's gonna bug me. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we had 6 Godzilla movies in the 90s. Well, and partially 80s too. And we had 3 Gamera movies. But those 3 Gamera movies were amazing. They had great budgets, and they rivaled at least half... Hey, guys! They rivaled at least half the Godzilla movies from that period. So, seeing what...
Is he fucking sleeping?
Yeah.
What the fuck? And the lights are out, too.
Yeah.
This
But
is
yeah,
very
basically
creepy.
in the 90s, they put quality over quantity, and it paid off for them immensely.
Why are you gonna wake him up, you dumbass?
Payback's a
I
bitch.
thought he was gonna throw it at him. Yep, you fucking moron. Why would you wake him up? Just fucking save him and leave. What's wrong with you, Gamera? Did your brain get fried? What are you doing with your hands? What the
I
fuck?
feel maybe we should have some more music here, or something
Yeah.
kind of like... Oh,
Is he falling back
you're
asleep?
just gonna...
Oh, okay.
Oh, ha, 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 okay.
Does he not
All
see
right.
him? Why did he wake him up to begin with then? Oh my god. That wasn't funny. That was just
That was a weird...
dumb.
I know.
Now he's gonna be like, oh no.
See, I kind of feel like the pacing of this movie is kind of off too. It's like there's a lot
Yeah.
of rising action, it was building up this big battle between him, and then it just kind of stopped. And now I'm just kind of like, I feel the movie should have ended with that first fight,
Yeah.
because now it just kind of
So-
feels like, okay, so what are we doing? So what's going on in the movie now?
Yeah.
Like what happened? Like I just feel like the movie kind of overstayed its welcome. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
feels like the way the pacing is, for better or for worse. I mean, for all my complaints of this movie, the pacing was fine. You know, it built up to, you know, when Zigra turned into the shark, and then the him and Gamera fought on land, and I feel like Gamera could have just killed him there, and that would have been it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Movie over. But now it just
Or
feels
they
like it's,
should have saved that fight for the end of the movie.
yeah. But now the movie just feels like it's dragging.
Yeah.
Well, that felt like a natural climax, that fight. I know we didn't get to see much of Zigra, but it's kind of, he's got to work on his landing,
I
man.
know. It's so funny.
But yeah, I don't know. So that's the problem. Now the movie just kind of feels like it's just going on for the sake of going on. It no longer feels like any of this is really necessary. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just... And I'm sure there's a part of me that just wants this movie to be over. But it's just the pacing of the film. It just felt like that was the natural conclusion. That's where you...
Well, and again, I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's just weird.
Because we're going to have, obviously, another fight between Gamera and Zigra. And it's going to be more or less the same.
Yeah.
So it just kind of feels like, well, why... It's just going to come across as redundant.
That's kind of weird. They just did that as a picture.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they had like a full scale exterior of it
I
built.
guess,
I
yeah.
think they just had like the set, for the interior, and the rest was like a miniature. So basically, them getting down to the submarine was literally just so they could pass. Again, that's my point. Up to that point in the movie, they were kind of serving, you know, a function to the story somewhat. They were being chased by the alien girl, da 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 da. And then after all that, they're just now hanging out in the submarine, being goofy and kid-like, you know, not literally contributing whatsoever to the story, only to just basically get knocked out. But that's it. So even they're no longer like... Again, the movie's just going on now. It's just kind of like... And I would have said the same thing, too, if this movie was actually really good and I was actually enjoying it. You know what I mean?
No.
It just feels like it's over. Like, none of this needs to be happening now.
I was gonna say she didn't actually do anything, but I'm just like, it's pretty convenient that they can just get the power to just stop cell activity, basically freeze you.
Well, again, it feels like, and on top of all this whole thing of with Gamera being rendered inert somehow, it's just a retread of Gamera versus Jiger. Like we've seen that whole
Yeah.
thing before, where there was something wrong with Gamera, we had to fix him. It's like we've already done that. Like just the movie should, I don't know.
And at least in that one, they did it a little cooler.
It was creative and
Yeah.
it kind of served the story. Here, it just felt like, okay, we're just gonna do that again. I'm like, well, okay. I mean, maybe if it was a few movies back, but because it was literally just the last movie.
Yeah. He's like, let's just work this out, buddy. I don't wanna. I like that's how he's gotta apparently get up to swim.
Again, it's just more of the same now.
Yeah. But I guess at the same time, it's like, how much different can you really make it? He's swimming in water.
Well,
Cool
again,
that. I guess they were actually underwater for part of this?
Well,
or at least part of
I
it.
know. Well, that's my point. Well, how much different can they make it? Which is maybe why they should have done it twice.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like when Godzilla, for instance,
I'd be like, Gamera, remember when you grabbed him? I would just grab him and throw him into space. Just do that again.
I just kind of feel like when you see like Godzilla movies, he has to fight the monster multiple times. Usually the fights kind of get switched up a little bit and they do different things. But
or they transform, which I guess now he's doing.
Yeah, but it's
but
again we've already. They should have waited to have him transform then. What they should have done if they wanted to continue this, they should have not have him fight on land the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been just underwater because they're going to fight on land again. But this is when you should see like his final form.
Yeah.
They should have saved it for this end fight. That way, it feels like we're getting something new. But the problem is, it's good. It's just a retread. We've already basically seen this fight. So now it really just feels redundant. So again, I just feel like either the movie should have ended back then, or they should have saved some of this stuff for this fight.
Yeah.
So it feels like there's kind of a purpose to it, like a point to it.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. This isn't even exciting. This isn't an exciting fight, anyways.
No. Well, although you know what, I'm gonna give this film some credit. Really? You are?
I know.
They're not using stock footage.
Yeah.
That's something I've got to give them credit for because prior to this, they were still even using a little bit. This film is.
Oh, so now you're spooning him. Shouldn't he be getting stabbed by his fin?
You would think.
That just looks like he's trying to.
I'm just really glad they're not doing the proverbial, the aliens need to look at footage of Gamera's previous battles to assess his threat level, that whole thing. But then again, I think Dio is probably like, man, we've done that a lot, guys. Like, we really done that a lot. And again, there is a part of the wonders too because they were hoping that maybe this film would kind of pull them out of dire straits, that they really went for it.
Mm-hmm.
Not using stock footage, not doing any of that, and really just hoping.
Are they drinking?
Hey, it's been a long day.
I know. I guess they were dead technically. They deserve it. So going up just somehow broke his sonar. He got out of the ground.
I was gonna say
fast.
He bounced back from that pretty quick. Camera's got that big ass rock. Where do you get that rock from?
I don't know. He's earthbending though.
I was gonna say he earthbend that rock over to him.
Okay, how did it perfectly?
Oh.
Jesus. Oh man.
It's just insult to injury.
You've children done enough.
I like the battle damage on Gamera though.
Yeah. Oh, and you almost didn't grab it, buddy. You almost missed it.
Wait for it.
Oh no. Oh no, I forgot about that. That's not funny, it's stupid. Why stop this fight just for a stupid gag?
Poor
like
Zigra,
this?
just flopping on the ground like a dead fish. Why does he transform?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, so is this just the end? He's not actually beaten him yet. He's not dead.
He hasn't, like, stabbed them in the head or murdered him brutally, so...
Why is he dancing like that? Like, dude, I get it, but, like, just finish the job. Just finish it. Finish him.
Burn him alive. He's literally burning him to death. It's just funny. It's like... Get him, Gamera, get him!
Jesus Christ, that thing went up in flames fast.
Well, shit.
Murder.
Again, classic. It's a Gamera tradition. Him literally just murdering his foes.
We got it. He's dead. He's burned.
Just in case you're...
We gotta watch him just completely turn to ash.
I know. Wow, he did not hold up well, did he?
Jesus Christ.
Well, all's well that ends well, I guess.
Yay, murder!
No, don't let them watch. Oh, jeez.
And then they got burned alive.
I was gonna say, come on!
He just littered. Little shithead.
Keep you.
Time for the Gamera lesson.
I know, right? Remember, this is all about something.
I don't know if they did teach us that.
Yeah, I wasn't really picking up that for the movie. I think you could have just told us that instead of subjecting us to all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Gamera.
I can't remember if you hear this song in Gamera Super Monster. I don't remember if you do or not, so this could be the last time we have to hear it. See, where does Gamera go? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Apparently into space right now.
Like, I was gonna say, he doesn't have like a Fortress of Solitude, does he? He did come out of the Arctic, so maybe, who knows? But yeah, folks, so yeah, Gamera versus Zigra. Not technically the last of the Showa era, but what a lot of people consider technically kind of the last one. But yeah. We got one more. So, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace!
Peace!